Welcome to the Productive Life Podcast. In this episode, I am sharing with you the affirmations that I am using almost daily in spring of 2019 and how you can use them too. Welcome to the Productive Life Podcast, hosted by me, Megan Minns. This is the podcast for entrepreneurs who want to be more productive in their business and their personal life. Because as a business owner, your business and personal life are connected, and we can't talk about one without talking about the other. Each week, you'll learn about productivity, organization, personal development, self-care, business strategies, and more. And now, let's get started. I'm sitting here in my home office in Houston. As usual, I've got my glass of red wine and I've got some crystals with me. I've been really into buying crystals lately. You know, my husband likes to call them moon rocks, which really personally offends me, but I'm not going to force crystals on anyone or pretend that I think they're magical, like they magically fix things. But I do feel like they just help me set an intention and kind of remind it to myself. But I just wanted you to know, set the scene. I've got some crystals around me. I've got my wine. It's 6:30 on a Wednesday night. It's raining here in Houston. And I'm excited to share a little bit about some of the mindset work that I've been doing lately, and specifically the affirmations that I've been using, how I'm using them, what they actually are, and how you can use them too. So for context, I've never considered myself a very woo-woo or intuitive or even a very spiritual person. That doesn't mean I don't consider myself religious or haven't considered myself religious in the past. But as far as spiritual, I never really felt super connected to that side of me. But since the beginning of March, maybe late February, I have been really focused on mindset and affirmations and how important your mind is into every single thing that you do, and how I could go on a whole other episode, and it probably should be its own episode. But basically the thought is that what you think is how you act. It's how you feel. It's how you do things throughout your day. And that when you focus on negative things will happen. And when you focus on positive things can happen. And I really think that affirmations for me have been a really great tool to turn around a day. So if you've ever woken up on the wrong side of the bed, or you're sitting there trying to work and things feel really resistant, or you're just not sure what to do next, or what you're really even doing, or what's the point, or you just feel kind of crummy, lots of options and reasons why to use affirmations. I have found that by reading out loud some affirmations, or visualizing these affirmations, or writing them out, or even listening to myself say them out loud. I do have a recording of myself saying them. It totally affects my mind. It changes my mood. It instantly changes my mindset. I can literally go from being in a terrible mental place to then doing these affirmations and feeling incredible. I've found that by incorporating affirmations into at least my morning routine, or as a tool to pull out of my tool belt whenever I need it, that I can overcome anxiety. I can show up consistently. Y'all, creating content isn't easy all the time. And sometimes you feel really inspired and sometimes you don't. But by incorporating affirmations, that fear and insecurity that can come with creating content consistently feels like it goes away. I feel more confident. I worry less. I enjoy my life more, and so many other benefits. And again, I'm not trying to present affirmations as this like one solution to solve all problems, but I do think it's a useful tool. So whether you've ever considered yourself intuitive or spiritual or woo-woo or wherever you fall on the spectrum, you can be 0 to 100. I have found that affirmations are a very methodical, scientific way to change the way you're thinking and thus change your mood and your actions. I am actually going to read out loud my affirmations and say them like I say to myself. So you'll actually get to benefit from this. But before I dig into that, I want to get a little bit more clarity on, or I want to share more on how I actually do these. I kind of listed out some ways. So I have incorporated affirmations into my morning routine. And how I do it in the morning does change based on how much time I have and what kind of mood I'm in. But I know that no matter what, I'm going to touch on my affirmations to some extent. I first started using affirmations actually by just reading them. So I had an Evernote doc where, and you could do this in a note, in a Google Doc, anything you want. Mine happened to be an Evernote. And I started just compiling affirmations that other people shared that inspired me. I also went through an exercise for how to create affirmations. So through various ways, I had a list of affirmations that really resonated with me. They were about how I wanted to feel, achieving specific goals, all that good stuff. And I really started out because I was kind of uncomfortable. I printed out the sheet of paper that had my affirmations. I printed out the Evernote doc and I would sit there in the morning and just read it. So in my head, just reading it. So that was kind of what I did. I just read it through once and I moved on. I just read it once and moved on to the next part of my morning routine. Super valuable, a great way to start using affirmations at the beginning. But then I felt like I wanted to kind of engage with them more. So on days where I had time and my husband wasn't in the house because I'm still insecure about this, I would actually stand in front of the mirror. I'd have the piece of paper with me and I would look at myself in the mirror and say them out loud while looking at myself. So just like that old meme or video that was going around of that little girl standing in the mirror, giving herself affirmations, I was like that. Less cute, but that was like what was happening. And that was honestly, the most impactful way for me to engage with affirmations, but it wasn't something that was practical for me to do. I think, very quickly after I was traveling on a business trip and just really couldn't stand in front of a mirror and say it out loud. I struggled. So I knew I needed to have some other ways to incorporate affirmations besides just reading, which felt like a lower impact way for me personally. And then the other extreme, reading them out loud. So I started based on the advice of my mentor, Reese from Yes Supply. I'm doing some coaching certification through her. She talks a lot about how you can incorporate visualization and thinking about these affirmations into your morning routine. So I would sit there and close my eyes and not only say them to myself in my head, but really picture and feel that feeling, really making it more tangible than just words you're saying out loud. And another way I've incorporated affirmations, maybe on days where none of those feel right, I will just write them out in my journal. So that'll be part of my journaling exercise. And I don't really have a specific structure to this. I don't necessarily write all of them 10 times, or, I'll kind of pick a few that really resonate with me with how I'm feeling that day, or I'll just write them all out. Sometimes I'll even come up with new ones, but journaling them out and writing them out is another way you can kind of engage and use affirmations. But my favorite way, and the way that has been both super impactful, but super manageable to do in whatever environment, has been to actually record myself on my phone. I just use the voice memo app on my iPhone to record myself saying them out loud. Very slow, very intentional, saying them sometimes a couple times back to back. And I will sit there and listen to that recording of myself. And it's so powerful because I'm hearing the words out loud. It's my voice. It has a really intentional cadence with it. And that has been the biggest bang for my buck because I can put in headphones and do that while I'm sitting there visualizing. Or if I have less time, you can listen to part of it, or you could speed it up, or, I've multitasked with it before. I'm not going to set any rules for you. You do this however you want. So, maybe I'm making my cup of coffee while really intentionally listening to this. Maybe don't do that all the time, but it's an option. Anyways, I have found that just listening to myself say these affirmations out loud has been magical. I do actually have quite a few affirmations. I am pretty sure that most people would recommend you don't have too many and you focus on a few targeted ones. But as I'm exploring this more mindset or woo-woo side of myself, I am not really putting a lot of rules and boundaries in place. I'm letting myself just lean into whatever feels right and however it feels right. So for me, right now, I have 30, and that's where sometimes I read them all out loud. Sometimes I pick and choose. I like to have myself kind of play around, but I have this little bank of 30 that all really, really, really resonate with where I'm at right now. But I do have my favorites. And so what I want to do for the rest of this episode is I actually am going to read these out loud, my favorite affirmations right now. And some of them may not resonate with you. Some of them might. And I just want to read them out loud, kind of in the way that I said them when I was recording when I was recording the memo on my phone. And if you are able to right now, if you're driving, obviously don't close your eyes. But if you are able to close your eyes and just listen to me, I would love for you to, especially if you've never done affirmations, or if you just want a little affirmation boost, just close your eyes and listen to me and let yourself feel these words for yourself. And if you're multitasking, great. Just listen to it while you're doing whatever you're doing. Also totally fine. And before I do this, for full transparency, I've never done anything like this before. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to share this with you guys and share this side of me. And I hope you find it really valuable. Okay. I'm going to take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath together. One more. I have everything I need to be successful. I fully and totally believe in myself and my ability. I can overcome any obstacle. I am smart, resilient, and good enough exactly as I am. I am so happy and grateful for my relationship with my body. I love it and it loves me, and I nurture and take care of it consistently and well. I am so happy and grateful that I am exactly who I am supposed to be. I am so happy and grateful that I have been through a unique experience, created everything I have, and can help others by sharing what I know right now. I am so happy and grateful for my relationship with money. I love money and it loves me, and I nurture and take care of it diligently and well. I am so happy and grateful to be an amazing, captivating businesswoman who teaches effectively and provides incredible results for her clients and community. I am so happy and grateful that incredible ideas come to me easily and that I take action on them quickly and see the positive results immediately. Whew, so there you go. Those are some of my favorite affirmations right now. I feel very zen after saying those out loud. And I hope you feel good after hearing those. I do have, again, several more that I do incorporate into my practice every day. I do tweak them as needed based on how I'm feeling or what I'm dealing with or struggling with in that moment or week. And I do just want to let you know that I will be offering a free download below this podcast with the list of all of my current affirmations. So if you'd like to have the ones I just said out loud, in addition to all of the others that I'm currently using in my practice, you can go ahead and just download that right now and get that in your inbox and start using those and incorporating the ones you like that resonate with you into your affirmation practice and your morning routine right now. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of different approach to a podcast episode. And thank you for just letting me share a different side of myself, a part of my world right now that I'm really enjoying being curious about and exploring and experimenting with. And if you found this affirmation practice really helpful or this episode really beneficial, I would love to hear from you. If you wouldn't mind sharing on Instagram stories and tagging me, that would be incredible. And I just hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to the Productive Life podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would share your biggest takeaway on your Instagram stories or wherever you hang out online. This helps me understand what you find the most helpful so that I can make more episodes like this one. If the Productive Life podcast has helped you at all, please take just 1 minute to leave a review on iTunes so that we can help spread the word about the productive life with others who may enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest episodes sent directly to you. To learn more about having a productive life and business, as well as getting access to lots of freebies, blog posts, trainings, templates, workshops, and more, be sure to go to meganminns.com. I'll see you in the next episode.